Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This time I'm back in where I think I shot my first video, my kitchen. Because my shop is a big, huge mess. I'm currently working on a woodworking project, but I digress. We are going to fix the #1 issue that I have with this Creality K1, and that is the cable chain just smacking the side of the printer, curling up and releasing the lever of the extruder. And for that we are going to need what's inside. So this was freshly printed in silk PLA. I really like the color. So this PLA is from Arion, I think it's called. So it's going to slide in like that. So this is all printed on the Creality K1, and as you can see with the rainbow filament you get a nice gradient all the way around. Yes, you see it correctly. This is what I call the speed bump. So this is going to be the part where the cable chain is going to slide in and make room for it so it doesn't unlock the lever. The way you install it is super easy. You pull off the panel just like this. And here is another reason why you should download some kind of eraser. Not sure if you can see it, but right over here are my first two prints all scratched up by the PTFE tube. So we have the Benchy and we have the Kitty Cat. Now installing is really easy. You just put it together. And then you press on it real hard and it will get very snug on the bolts in the corners. Now on the back we have a cutout and we have a little indent right over here. This is to make room for the cable and the chain and for the brackets that mounting it all together. So you give it some taps. This is going to be a very snug fit. And that is by design, because loose stuff tends to rattle, and with this much acceleration and speed, the rattle is going to get you insane. So that's installed. Now put on the plate again, and the lid is nice and secure. I didn't forget about the PLA, guys. The reason this is also closed off is because if you print ABS, this is super fine for keeping in the heat. The build volume can reach about 45 degrees, I have noticed, if you heat up the bed about 100 degrees Celsius. They make me think about the speed bumps in Belgium. So I call this design the speed bump. I also thought about the guys that print in PLA or filament that don't need a hot chamber, so I have also a ventilated version. So this is what's going to happen if you don't have the speed bump. Like you can see, it all bunches up into a giant mess. In order to make the speed bump work, you will have to loosen this bolt. Otherwise, it's just going to smack the underside of this rail. If we remove the speed bump, the cable chain is barely passing this rail. So it's twisting on the bolt. It's not very healthy. So one thing you can do is just loosen the bolt and then put some washers on it. But what I did is just get rid of it all together. I'm not sure what the size is. I think it's M3 or M5. We get that on there and then put on the nuts like this. So we have put the bolt through. We have put on 2 nuts. We are going to turn them on like this. This bolt is way too big. If you get a smaller one, it's going to work better, but we are going to turn it till it stops. Raise these 2 nuts, and then you want to tighten these 2 nuts. So this one is nice and loose, but still supporting this little bracket. All right, so if we get back to the speed bump part and do this test again, you will see it will move in quite freely now. I have reinstalled the speed bump and we are going to check it out. It looks like we have the perfect clearance now. We are moving nice and smoothly into the speed bump, like this. So that's going to be it for the razor. This is going to be one of the many out of there. There's one other that is, I think, the K Nuke with some cool ventilation on the side, not featuring the speed bump. So I'm going to get the link in the description so you can take a look at it. But You can also download just this one, fix the cable chain guide going crooked in the corner, and just have a great time. So that's going to be it for me. This was one of the many fixes that are going to happen for the Creality K1. The extruder and hot end will be the next one I will tackle, because the standard ones, or the first ones shipped, had a bad extruder and hot end. There is currently running an action on it that for $2.99 you get the replacement hot end extruder, you get the camera, you get some filament. It's a great deal, but it's going to be up to you if you want to take them on that offer. Great, thank you for looking, guys. This is going to be one of the many videos I'm going to post about the Creality K1, and I hope to see you in the next one. But wait, before you go, I have a lot of videos, including this resin testing gauntlet. I have tested so many resins right up now. I think I'm about 12 resins deep into it. Maybe go check them out right there. Bye bye.